Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Nikki, and I use my clairaudient and channeling abilities to help you find the magic within. If you're new here, welcome. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today's video is called Which John Hughes Film Contains a Message for You? And I thought this would be a really fun video to create because John Hughes is a mastermind when it comes to films in the 80s. And all of his films are really real. And he had a very good grasp on what high school life was like and the dynamics that teenagers go through. So there are some very powerful messages within his films, and I thought it would be cool to explore those with you. In the next part of the video, you will see 4 piles. Please meditate on the pile that is speaking to you, and just know that this is a very general reading, so if any part of a message does not resonate, just know that message is not for you. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Timestamps are down below, so you can go directly to your reading from there. Let's jump into the readings. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. The John Hughes film that contains a channeled message for you is the 1985 movie Weird Science, starring Anthony Michael Hall, Kelly LeBrock, and Alon Mitchell Smith. The film follows 2 high school students who are also best friends, and they receive a lot of ridicule. They are bullied while at school. So they take it upon themselves to create the perfect woman with their computer. And the story that follows is one that leaves a lasting impression in your mind because it's a really fun film. There are a lot of heartfelt moments in it, but it is also a classic for its time. So let's jump into your cards and see what messages came out. I have your pile right here. First we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Hostilities. Nothing will come of this situation. And chill, it's only chaos. Okay, so the first message here with the 7 of Wands in reverse and hostilities, I feel like there is a person in your life or multiple people who are constantly criticizing or judging you harshly for something. And I can see that this has led to really hurt feelings on your end. So this does have the feeling of bullying in a sense, or just someone who constantly tells you that you're not doing something right, or they criticize everything that you do. And I can also see that there has been some embarrassment around this. I feel like these people have done this in front of other people, which has caused you to feel embarrassed, because Spirit is showing me the scene at the beginning of Weird Science where Gary and Wyatt, they are standing in the doorway to the girls' gymnasium and they're watching all the girls work out and during gym class. And 2 of the most popular guys in school come behind them and pull their pants down, and then they yell so the girls look at them, and it's just this extreme moment of mortification because they're standing there in their underwear in front of all of these girls, and it leaves them feeling speechless and humiliated, and they just turn around and they walk away. They didn't know what to do. So I feel like somebody has publicly shamed you for something. And they're also showing me the scene in Weird Science where Gary and Wyatt are at the mall and they are just enjoying each other's company. And the two popular guys from school, they are standing in this balcony above them, and they take this red slushie and they dump it on top of their heads. So Gary and Wyatt endured a lot of bullying and ridicule and just a lot of constant criticism and judgment from other people. So I feel like this is also something you were going through. It might not be to that extreme, obviously, but some situation where somebody has publicly shamed you, or just in general, somebody who is constantly criticizing or putting you down. That is what I'm getting here. So with the Seven of Wands in reverse and hostility, Spirit is saying there is a need here for you to stand up for yourself. And Spirit is saying that you don't have to stoop to these people's level in order to get your point across. You can do it in a way that is not aggressive, and that always will give you the upper hand. You can speak your truth, hold your ground, stand up for yourself, and still keep your morals and your values about you. Because with the nothing will come of this situation, whatever this is, Spirit is saying you don't need to worry about it, that you are divinely guided and protected, and that you will be okay. Everything will be okay. Nothing is going to come of this situation. So don't worry, is what the main message is here. Because with chill, it's only chaos. What they're saying is that in chaos, it usually leads to order. So this situation that you are in right now, it is a lesson in you being able to set boundaries with other people and stand up for yourself 100%. But there is nothing to worry about. This is just a test of your character, and to basically show yourself that you value yourself enough not to allow other people to put you down or try to publicly shame you, that you're willing to put your foot down and really rise up and stand up for yourself. So don't let these people walk all over you, is what I'm hearing. And also not to worry, because if you feel like something bad is going to happen because of whatever this person did or said, don't worry, nothing is going to come of the situation. And also, anytime anybody puts that energy out in the world, that karma is going to come back to them. So in the meantime, stand up for yourself and don't worry, because all is okay. Your next message is the Knight of Wands. Financial constraints in reverse. A time for healing. And it's the little things in life. Okay, so with financial constraints in reverse here, I can also see that there has been some worry or some anxiety about money, but that you are coming out of this energy right now. Spirit is showing me that they are helping you heal a lack mindset. They are helping you speak positive words into existence about abundance, and you are actually learning to rewire in new beliefs when it comes to abundance. And Spirit wants to use Lisa as an example from the film Weird Science, which she represents the Knight of Wands here. and Lisa is the woman that Gary and Wyatt create on their computer. And she's very beautiful, but also she's very humble. And Spirit wants you to take on the persona of her, like learn from her example, because she could have fun no matter where she was at. Right after Gary and Wyatt created her, the first place they go is to this hole in the wall bar, and she just has the most amazing time. They connect with all of the older men there, and it's not a place you would think that she would go. So she really does have this very passionate energy. It's this very carefree energy that she can have fun no matter what, and she definitely operates from an abundant mindset. She didn't place a lot of emphasis on material things, and that's why the message, it's the little things in life, is coming through here, because she has fun literally wherever she goes. So wherever you are at right now in your life, Spirit is saying to find the fun, and that there really is nothing to worry about when it comes to your finances, because you are divinely guided and protected, and a time for healing. So there is still some healing taking place around that type of a mindset, but Spirit is helping you do that. But they are saying, in order to get that momentum going a little quicker, the Knight of Wands is a very fast-paced energy, but it's also very fun. And Lisa from Weird Science is somebody who exudes that. So if you have not seen this film, if you go and you watch it and you observe Lisa, you will see what I mean by how carefree and optimistic she is. Like, she doesn't give a crap about anything. She doesn't care what people think of her. She doesn't allow other people to dictate or tell her what to do. Like, she is the ultimate boss lady, in other words. So definitely she is someone who is very fun. So Spirit is saying to bring that fun energy back into your life while you continue to heal this mindset towards abundance. Next we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, Magician in the Mirror, Adjustments are required, and when it rains, look for rainbows. Okay, so the Queen of Cups in reverse, this is an indicator that someone is out of sync with their emotions. And Spirit is showing me Wyatt from the movie Weird Science. Wyatt didn't see how amazing he truly was. And Spirit is also showing me that you are not seeing how truly amazing you are, especially with the Magician and the Mirror. This card is all about recognizing how powerful you really are. Wyatt, he was not really in sync with his emotions in the film, and that led him to letting other people walk all over him, especially his older brother Chet. And Chet knew he had this power over his brother, and he would exert his will whenever necessary. He made Wyatt feel bad about himself all the time, and this was his own flesh and blood. So this person from the earlier message, this very well could be a sibling who's making you feel this way, an older brother who symbolizes Chet. But basically, Wyatt always bowed down and gave his brother everything. His brother always threatened to tell on him to their mom and dad. And Wyatt's like, you can have my Social Security. You can have all of my money. Please, please, Chet. Like, he was in this energy where he let his emotions just, get the best of him here. And he always bowed down to Chet. So he was not seeing how truly amazing he was. He had this brilliant computer with his brilliant brain, and he created a woman. he did not see how truly brilliant he was. So Spirit is saying that this is something you're not seeing about yourself, and that there is a need here to not let your emotions control you. While it is important to feel your emotions in every single sense of the word, there also comes a point where you need to control your emotions as well and not give so much of yourself to other people. There are boundaries that need to be set here. And for you to also realize how truly amazing you are, because that's why they're saying adjustments are needed here. Just like Wyatt needed to adjust his relationship with his brother, there are relationships that require adjustment in your life as well. There are adjustments required also with your emotions. And when it rains, look for rainbows. Spirit is saying that when you are in a situation that feels so negative, that you don't feel like there is a way out, that you feel like the world is against you, one of the best things you can do, even while in this negative energy, is to look for something good, no matter how small it is. Look for the ray of sunshine, because there is always something good, even in the worst of situations, even if it's as small as the amazing breakfast that you had, a smile from a kind stranger, the sun is shining today. Find something good, because that little shift in your perception makes a very big difference. Spirit wants you to know that. So when things seem dire, look for something good that will help shift your perception. The next message is the Six of Swords in reverse. Strategy in reverse. You and your loved ones are safe. And wherever you go, go with all your heart. Okay, so with the Six of Swords in reverse here, Spirit is showing me that there is something in your life that you are refusing to deal with. And they're saying that this is stemming from a fear, an old belief system, and that it's also stemming from a lack of planning, because you're refusing to face whatever this is. And Spirit is showing me the scene in Weird Science where Gary and Wyatt are hiding out in the bathroom of their house during this party that they have. They are scared to go out and face the people because of all of the humiliation and ridicule that they have been through. They were tired of it. And so while everyone's partying and having a good time in Wyatt's home, they're just hiding out in the bathroom, afraid to face life. But Spirit is saying there is going to come a time where you will have to face this, whatever it is. Because in the film, Lisa worked her magic and she placed Wyatt and Gary in a situation where they were forced to face their courage. And what happened was these rebels on motorcycles started riding through Wyatt's home and they were destroying everything. And when they saw that the two girls that they had crushes on were being taken kind of like as hostages, well, not necessarily hostages, but they were messing with the two girls and holding on to them like they were going to hurt them, this lit a fire within Wyatt and Gary, and they finally stood up to people that were walking all over them. They took their power back in this moment, and they told these people to get out of their house. So Spirit is saying that there is something in your life that you need to face, that you need to be courageous about. You need to stand up for yourself here, and that by creating a plan of some sort, this will help you get through it. And whatever this is, they are reiterating again that you and your loved ones are safe, that there is truly nothing for you to worry about, but that there is something that you need to face in your life, because this is a life lesson in learning to stand up for yourself and facing what scares you, whatever this situation is, whatever this is, comment down below and let me know. I'd be interested in knowing what this is, because this is something very powerful. But Spirit also wants you to know that there are other people who have went through what you are going through right now, and that you are not alone in this. There are other people who have faced this same type of decision. It may not be the exact same, but people have faced a similar decision and they were just fine. So you are not alone in this. And wherever you go, go with all your heart. Spirit is saying to follow your heart. Use your heart when you are making this decision, because your heart will not steer you wrong. So listen to yourself first and foremost when it comes to this, whatever it is you have to face, and just know that you are safe and that all will be well. And the last message is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the Garden and the Gate, don't let pride get in your way, think happy, be happy. Okay, so definitely with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here, some of you have been anxious about money and finances. But with the Garden and the Gate here, this is abundance and prosperity coming into your life. This is the ultimate card of being safe. So I do feel like a lot of you, the feeling of instability is coming from not having enough money. But because I can see that you are working on that mindset, you are actually attracting abundant prosperity into your life right now. And Spirit is saying, as the abundance continues to flow because you're rewiring in those new beliefs, to not let pride get in your way. And they are showing me the scene in Weird Science where Wyatt and Gary, they are approached by the two most popular guys in school who happen to be the same ones who bullied them. They wanted Wyatt and Gary to help them create a woman. So Wyatt and Gary, they set up everything the way that they had done before, except they missed one small detail. They forget to hook up the doll, and everything goes into chaos. Rockets fly through the house. They shoot through the roof. People outside are flying out of their homes. Like, it is utter chaos. And Lisa comes in, and she's like, "You guys had to be show-offs, didn't you?" She goes, "You forgot one small detail." And they're like, "We forgot to hook up the doll." And she's like, "You forgot to hook up the doll." So they really let their pride get in the way. And they were trying to make friends with these two popular guys because of they thought they could do so by doing something nice for them. When honestly, they should have just said, "You know what? Forget you guys. You guys have put us through hell." And they just let their pride get in the way. They wanted to show off to the two coolest guys in school who have bullied them, instead of, putting their foot down and seeing these two people for who they really were. So Spirit is saying that there is a lot of abundance coming in your way, but to not let pride get in the way of that. So truly enjoy. Be grateful for this abundance that is on its way to you, or if it's starting to come in now, practice gratitude and just be mindful of a prideful nature when it comes to the material, financial abundance that is making its way into your life right now. And think happy, be happy. You can counteract that prideful energy by thinking happy thoughts, exuding positive energy, and just overall being happy. And I can see that there is a lot of happiness to be had here, especially with your family. Spirit wants you to know you are safe and to just not worry, that there is a lesson here in learning to stand up for yourself and ultimately to look for the good in the most dire of situations. So thank you, group number 1. Those are your messages. If it resonated, if you liked it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Hey group number 2, welcome to your reading. The John Hughes film that contains a channeled message for you is the 1985 movie The Breakfast Club, starring Judd Nelson, Ali Sheedy, Molly Ringwald, Emilio Estevez, and Anthony Michael Hall. The film follows 5 high school students who are serving detention on a Saturday. And by the end of the day, they learn a lot about themselves. They learn that it's okay to be vulnerable with other people. And they learn that they find friendship with people that they didn't otherwise think that they would. So let's jump into your cards and see what messages are coming out for you. Have your pile right here. We have the 8 of Pentacles, Seventh Chakra, Archangel Uriel, Work Through Your Fears, and Happiness is an Inside Job. Okay, so Spirit is showing me with the 8 of Pentacles here that you are working very hard on something right now, and that you're just a hard worker in general. You give 110% with everything that you do. And I can see with 7th Chakra Archangel Uriel that you are actually receiving a lot of inspired ideas from Spirit at this time, because the 7th chakra is the crown chakra of the head. So I'm actually seeing like downloads of information just being given to you right now. So definitely pay attention to your intuition and any insights that are coming through, because I can see that you're getting a lot of ideas. And Spirit is showing me in the film Breakfast Club, Anthony Michael Hall's character Brian. Now, Brian was also someone who was a hard worker. He was in the physics club, he was in the debate club, he was a genius when it came to math and trigonometry, and he just always put himself out there. He was always willing to learn a new skill, and I can see that about you as well. You're always willing to master a craft or learn a new skill, whatever it is. And in Breakfast Club, Brian, he decides to take shop class because he thought that it would be an easy way to maintain his grade point average, to maintain his 4.0 status. But he comes to realize that shop isn't as easy as what he thought it would be when he has to create this elephant lamp. And when his light didn't turn on, he failed, and he was really, really hard on himself. So Spirit is showing me that you are very, very hard on yourself, and that it's stemming from a fear of failure, just like what Brian was going through in this movie. Because we have work through your fears here. That was something that Brian needed to do. He wasn't perfect at one thing, and his whole world just fell apart because he was focused on his grade point average not being perfect. Spirit is telling you that it is okay to be imperfect, and that perfectionism actually is very crippling in nature, because it can cause people to get caught up in minor details that really don't mean much anyway. So you are brilliant, just like Brian is. You are very smart, you are talented, and you're always willing to learn something new. So be gentle on yourself while learning new things. Don't be afraid of failure, because as you learn, failure is inevitable. And those are the moments, the defining moments, that teach you just how strong you truly are. And it also teaches you about things that you want to do and what you don't want to do. So, Spirit is saying to work through your fears because fear is nothing more than an illusion anyway. And also, happiness is an inside job. Brian kept looking outside of himself for happiness. He thought having a 4.0 and being the best at everything in the physics club and the trigonometry club, all the clubs he was in, he thought those would make him happy. Now, that's not to say doing things that he is passionate about wasn't going to make him happy. It was just that he was looking outside of himself for validation. So, Spirit is saying to you, don't look outside of yourself for happiness. Find that happiness within you because it is an inside job, 100%. So, find the happiness within yourself instead of placing so much emphasis on things out here to make you happy. Of course, do things that make you happy, follow your passion, but just realize that if something isn't 100% perfect, then you are still worthy, whole, and complete anyway. So please remember your value and know that happiness comes from within, not out here. Next, we have Page of Cups. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Bring love into the situation. And enjoy it all. Okay, so with the Page of Cups here, Spirit is showing me that there was something that happened in your childhood that has, in a sense, been blocking your creativity right now. I feel like there was something that you really enjoyed doing when you were a kid, and somebody along the way somewhere told you that it wasn't good or that you wouldn't be good enough at it. So, Spirit is showing me that there is a need here for you to work on the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which will help to bring through your creative expression more clearly. And Spirit is showing me Allison in the film Breakfast Club. She too had issues with her parents. She said that her parents actually ignored her, and it caused her to feel really invisible, because if you notice in the film, she kind of like hides out in the back, kind of, but then when the attention is on her, that was when she really did allow herself to speak up, but she wasn't 100% authentic. She was portraying herself to be someone that she thought the other people would want her to be. And she was actually really creative. There's a scene where she is drawing a picture of a house, and she was very artistic, and you can see in that moment the joy that it brought her. She's smiling at the photo as she's drawing it. It brought her joy. So Spirit is showing me there is something creative that brings you joy, but somewhere along the way in your past, somebody told you that you would not be good at it. And that is a lie. Spirit is saying that it is a lie. So just like Allison, her parents ignored her. There's something in your childhood, something in your past that is blocking this creativity, but you can change that by working on your sacral chakra to allow that creative energy to flow through, because this creative gift that you have, it is truly amazing. But the things that you went through in the past, this was all part of your journey. It was all part of your evolution to get you to a point where you would be able to let go of that old story, rise up into your power, and say, I'm going to do what I want to do. So Spirit is saying, enjoy it all, because this all has served a purpose in your life, even the hurt from the past in your childhood. So definitely do some inner child healing unblock the sacral chakra to allow that creativity to really flow through. And I'm hearing forgiveness as well. Forgive those who have hurt you in the past without forcing it, obviously, just so that you can release that energy even more. And also, Spirit is saying, whatever the situation is, to help heal even quicker, using your creative gift to express what happened to you in a way. You can draw it, you can create a video about it, a topic about it that would help other people. It's truly, truly powerful, whatever your creative gift is. So let that creative juice flow, because it is not meant to be inhibited. You are meant to shine with this creative expression, whatever this is. So unblock that sacral chakra and bring love into the situation. Yeah. So that's where the forgiveness is coming from. So by allowing yourself to forgive whatever happened in the past, you're bringing love into the situation, because you will come into the understanding that these people who hurt you, they were also hurting. Hurt people, okay? And also understanding that this is a lesson for your evolutionary growth will also help you bring more love into the situation. And when you do what you love, that is bringing love into the situation. So this is an amazing journey of yours. Enjoy it all, even the hardships of the past, because they have shaped who you are now, and they are allowing you to come into who you truly are. And by expressing that situation creatively will help you have a major breakthrough. The next message is justice in reverse, angel of balance. It's time to release negativity and stay golden. Okay, so there is definitely a karmic cycle here that is wrapping up. So I feel like there is a major lesson that you are learning in your life right now, because we have justice in reverse. This is all about karmic balance, and we have angel of balance. So whatever is taking place, it may feel difficult, but it is allowing that negative energy to release, because it says here it's time to release negativity. And Spirit is showing me Andrew from the film The Breakfast Club, and when he is being vulnerable with the other students, he shares a story as to why he is in detention. He was in detention because he humiliated another student. He publicly shamed somebody. So Spirit is showing me that there is something in your past that you really regret. You did something to hurt someone, to embarrass someone. In a sense, you are receiving your karma for that right now, because what we put out into the universe will always come back to us. But Spirit is saying there's nothing to worry about, because this karmic cycle has to play out so that negative energy can be released, because you have an angel with you right now who is helping you balance these energies. And that's just the karma law. When we hurt people, then that karma is going to come back to us. But when we put good karma out, that also comes back to us. Karma is very, very real. So this karmic cycle is helping you release something negative from the past so that you can continue to move forward. And also, Andrew, his father kind of looked to him as the golden child, and that's why I stay golden. That's why he is coming to the forefront of my mind right now, because he was a very successful wrestler in high school, but he felt like he had to impress his father and impress his friends by hurting someone else. But you can totally see how remorseful he is in the film. He like how hard his dad was on him, saying, you have to be number one, you have to fight and do anything to win at all costs. And he basically hurt someone in the process of trying to impress not only his dad but friends as well. So I feel like there was something similar in your past where you did something to perhaps impress somebody, and the cost was hurting someone else. So what's going on in your life right now is a karmic cycle that is being released, but it's not going to last, because I can also see that you are very remorseful about this, and it's very important to forgive yourself, because you were just doing what you thought was best at that time with the knowledge that you had. So stay golden, because you are coming out of this karmic cycle and the negative energy is releasing. Next, we have the Magician in reverse. All tied up in reverse. A personal issue reaches resolution. And rise by lifting others. Okay, so with the Magician in reverse here and all tied up in reverse, Spirit is showing me that there is some type of a situation that is causing you to feel very boxed in and restrictive. And they are showing me Claire in the film The Breakfast Club, where she's being vulnerable with the other students and she's crying. Tears are streaming down her face and she's saying, I hate having to go along with everything my friends say. So basically, she wasn't really allowing herself to be true to who she really was. She was being who she thought her friends wanted her to be. So I feel like there's a similar situation with you here where you feel boxed in, like you're not really able to be yourself 100%. But with the all tied up card here in reverse, I feel that because you're coming into this awareness, you're moving out of that energy and you're actually breaking free, because Spirit is saying a personal issue here reaches resolution. And it's just so interesting, at the very end of the film, Claire, who appeared to be snobby and stuck up, she takes Allison into the back room and she does her makeup. She gets her hair out of her face and just really accentuates all of her beautiful features. She also had a thing for John Bender, played by Judd Nelson, and he made a comment during the scene when they are all sitting around speaking to one another about, he made a comment about her diamond earrings. He goes, "Yeah, did your daddy buy those for you?" He goes, "I bet he bought those for you." And it really triggered her and she was like, "Shut up," and she was kicking him. It was a very powerful scene in the movie. But at the end of the film, she really humbled herself and she took out one of her diamond earrings and she gave it to him and she closed his hand. In that moment, you knew she wasn't the snobby girl that you initially thought she was at the beginning of the film, that she truly did have a heart. And that is what Spirit is saying here. Rise by lifting others. And that is what Claire did. She lifted Allison by doing her makeup, making her feel beautiful and making her feel wonderful about herself. And then when she gave the diamond earring to John, it really did soften him in that moment, because he realized that Claire also wasn't the snobby girl that he portrayed her to be as well. And he was pretty mean to her the entire film. So for her to humble herself and to do that for him says a lot about her character. So in your situation, Spirit is saying, rise by lifting others. So when you do something kind for someone else, that will help you break free out of that self-limiting illusion of feeling trapped. When you lift up others, the impact that it has is very monumental, and people always remember how you make them feel. So just know that no kind gesture goes unnoticed. So you rise by lifting others. You can raise your vibration by doing kind things for other people to get out of that energy. And I feel like that is something that you are learning because the all tied up card is in reverse here. This is somebody who is breaking out of that energy. And a personal issue reaches resolution. So this is a cycle that is wrapping up. Next, we have 5 of Cups in reverse, the World, balance spirituality and practicality, and anything is possible. So yeah, Spirit is saying that the world is your oyster with the World card. And with the 5 of Cups in reverse, you can see that there was definitely some setbacks or disappointments in your past. And they're showing me someone who is really, really angry. And in the film, The Breakfast Club, Spirit is showing me John Bender specifically, how angry he was. And it was because of how he was treated at home, to be honest. His dad was pretty abusive to him. He did some very neglectful and abusive things to John. So you learn that in the film, and so you have this better understanding of how angry he is. But his anger gets triggered so much in the film by Andrew because John is doing this impersonation of his father, and Andrew can't believe what he's hearing. He's like, "Is that for real?" And John's like, "You want to come over sometime?" And Andrew's just like, "You're lying." And this really, really triggered John because he was in that moment taken back to what his father did to him. And he gets really super angry and he like starts kicking things. He's like screaming and he goes up to the balcony and he's just like, you can see him just infuriated because this was like pent up anger that he hadn't been allowing himself to feel. But in that moment, he felt his anger, he got it out, and then he felt better. So I feel like there is definitely some anger that needs to be released in a healthy way, which you can do this by, going outside and screaming if you have to, whatever way it is, just to get that out, or to even like hit a pillow. A lot of people do that as well. So do what you have to do to get this anger out, because if it stays in your system, it can lead to illness and sickness, and you don't deserve to have that within your system. So allow that anger to come out, because Spirit is saying with you, anything is possible and you have the world at your disposal. Like they are showing me at the very end, John, because his journey was very interesting the whole film. At the very end of the film, he feels like he's on top of the world. He's like, yeah. And that's like how it ends. It ends with him like this. It was because he had not only let go of some anger that he had been holding on to for a very long time, but he also learned more about himself. He learned how strong he was, and he really connected with people that he didn't anticipate connecting with. So Spirit is saying there is a need here to balance spirituality and practicality. So take a practical approach with certain things in your life, and also take a spiritual approach to certain things in your life, because there's a need to balance the two here. But anything is possible, and the world is your oyster. So thank you, group number 2. Those are your messages. If it resonated, if you enjoyed the reading, please be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. The John Hughes film that contains a channeled message for you is the 1986 film Pretty in Pink, starring Molly Ringwald, John Cryer, and Andrew McCarthy. This film is about high school student Andy, who is, in a sense, an outcast. She feels like an outcast, and she comes from a different side of the railroad than a lot of the other students in her school do, and she is ridiculed and she is bullied. But the film is all about her journey into finding her confidence and her true self-worth. It also has a really cute romance in it as well that gave the film the extra spice that it needed. So let's jump into your cards here. I have your pile right here. First card is the Moon in reverse. Action. Your dreams need a practical plan. And stay humble, work hard, and be kind. Okay, so with the Moon in reverse here, I feel like you are doing the work to truly go within, but you don't feel like you are getting clear guidance right now. And Spirit is saying that the best thing for you to do right now is to continue to take action because your dreams need a practical plan. And in the film Pretty in Pink, they are showing me the character of Iona, who was Andy's friend in the film, but also her boss at the record store. Spirit is emphasizing to me Iona's demeanor, how she is humble, she is kind, and she is a hard worker. And Spirit is showing me that you have these traits as well, and just wanted to re-emphasize that to you. Spirit sees that you are humble, that you are kind, and that you are a hard worker, and to keep exuding those traits because they are serving you well. With Iona in the film Pretty in Pink, she is somebody who changes her mind a lot. In every scene in the film, she looks different. She's always changing her mind about what she wants to do. And Spirit has shown me this is something similar that you are going through with right now. That's why they're saying your dreams need a practical plan. So while you are taking action to lay out a practical plan for yourself so that you can get to where you want to be quicker. They're saying a plan here is essential and that there's a lot of changing your mind and then moving on to something else and then wanting to do something else. They want you to lay out a structure for yourself so you're not doing that so much. That it's okay to change your mind, but when you are working towards a specific goal for something in specific, that a practical plan needs to be laid out to get you there quicker. So continue to take action, stay humble, work hard, be kind, and your intuition, they want you to know, is getting stronger, and that the guidance that you feel like you're not getting, it will come through more clear. It's just that there's a need to slow down and create a practical plan for yourself first. Next, we have the High Priestess. Storm warning in reverse. Confidence is your key to success. And let your ideas bloom. With the High Priestess, Spirit is saying there is a need here for you to trust yourself more. That you may be relying too much on the guidance of your energetic support team. And while they are there to guide you, most certainly, it is still important to trust yourself and the decisions that you want to make with what you are creating. And I can see with the storm warning in reverse here that there was a situation that took place that was rather difficult to get through, but you are coming out of that now. Spirit wants you to know that you are coming out of that energy, and that it's because you are learning to find more confidence in yourself. And they are showing me Andy in the film Pretty in Pink, how through the whole movie she battled her confidence so much. She denied her own inner power, and she placed a lot of emphasis in how other people viewed her. There's a scene with her love interest Blaine where he is taking her home, and she refuses to tell him where she lives because she is ashamed of where she lives. And you can just see how low her self-esteem was in that moment, that she didn't want him to see where she lived because she was ashamed of that. And I can see there have been certain situations in your life as well where you haven't wanted to show your real self to other people for fear of them really truly seeing you. And that's what Andy struggled with in the film. She struggled with people really seeing her. And the film is about her journey and her coming into this confidence. And Spirit is saying this is the same thing for you, that confidence is your key to success. And the High Priestess here is all about trusting yourself and being proud of who you are and where you come from, and to let your ideas bloom. She was truly amazing. Andy was truly amazing in this film. She created fashion. She had a knack for creating clothes and was really brilliant at it. So she wasn't really giving herself the credit that she deserved. And I also feel that you are somebody who has a unique style as well. Like they were showing me all the different styles in this film with people, and I feel like you are somebody that is a trendsetter as well. Like you very well could be somebody who works in fashion or clothes in general, or just something creative. It doesn't have to be fashion, but something trendy and stylish, and even like the way you dress is very stylish as well. And Spirit is saying to keep going forward and trusting yourself, because your confidence is what is moving you forward, taking back your personal power and letting your ideas bloom. And that's what Andy eventually did at the end of the film. She created this amazing outfit and she put herself out there regardless of all the people that were belittling her dreams. And she did. She came up against a lot of ridicule in the film. And I feel like that is something that you have gone through as well, but you're coming out so much stronger despite that. Next, we have the King of Cups. Walking away in reverse. You're very close to achieving your goal. And spread kindness like confetti. The King of Cups represents someone who is not afraid to show how they feel. However, with the walking away card in reverse, this is all about feeling stuck in a situation and not communicating how you truly feel. So while I feel you are somebody who is very grounded in your emotions, you don't always listen to your feelings. And Spirit is showing me the scene in Pretty in Pink with Blaine, played by Andrew McCarthy. who he was a popular guy, and he hung out with the popular crowd, and he had a best friend who was actually a real jerk. And his name was Steph, and Steph actually had been trying to get Andy to go out with him for a long time, and she just always rejects him. She sees him for who he truly is. And when Blaine tells Steph that he's interested in Andy, Steph just basically puts her down. He's like, "Why are you dating her? You could do so much better than her." And it was because he felt rejected by her to begin with. But this gets in Blaine's head, okay? It gets in Blaine's head, and he starts to not be true to his feelings. And he had actually asked Andy to the prom, but he decides that he doesn't want to go with her anymore, and he lies to her, and he says, "I actually asked somebody else and I forgot." And she just unleashes on him. She's like, "You're ashamed to be with me." And he actually starts crying in there. So he is definitely the person that is representing this King of Cups here. He had no problem showing his emotion, but he wasn't being true to his feeling. He was caring what his friends thought and not going after what his heart really wanted, which was Andy. He was very much in love with her, but he was letting his friend Steph get in his mind about her. So I feel like there is a situation in your life right now where there is somebody who might be getting in your head about something you are doing, or perhaps this might even have to do with a relationship. And Spirit is re-emphasizing the need for you to trust yourself and make your own decisions. Honor your feelings and how you feel. And they're saying you're very close to achieving your goal. So keep moving forward with your true feelings and honor your feelings. And that is how you will move out of this stuck energy, whatever this situation is. And to also spread kindness like confetti. Because Blaine in the film Pretty in Pink, he actually was a very kind soul. And in the film, Andy had a best friend named Ducky, played by John Cryer. And John Cryer, Ducky, was actually in love with Andy, but he wasn't really showing his true feelings to her either. And at the end of the film, Blaine shook Ducky's hand. Like, Blaine is somebody who is very kind. So continue to spread kindness, because what you put out will come back to you. And Spirit wants you to know you are very close to achieving your goal in whatever this situation is. There's just a need to honor your feelings and be true to who you are, and not let other people dictate or tell you how to do things, or tell you how to live your life, or tell you who to love, or tell you how you should do your creative project. Listen to yourself, because that is what is going to continue to propel you forward. Next, we have the Fool. Victory in reverse. Meditate and contemplate. And life is too short to wait. Okay, so there is definitely some situation here where Spirit is asking, calling you to take a leap of faith with the Fool card here. But you are waiting for some reason. And with the Victory card in reverse here, it's because you have experienced a setback in the past, something failed, something did not turn out the way that you would have liked it to, but this served as a stepping stone to get you further in what you were working on now. Spirit wants you to know that. So don't allow past failures to take any residency in your current situation right now. And they're saying life is too short to wait. So act now, take action now, take the leap of faith now. Don't worry about not becoming victorious, because with time and persistence, you will get there. And they are showing me Ducky in Pretty in Pink, how he was so in love with Andy for so long that he didn't really allow himself to look at any other woman in the film. He was waiting for her, but ultimately he was waiting for something that was never going to happen, because Andy did not feel the same way about Ducky. And at the end of the film, he had to come to that realization. And it was a really hard realization for him to come to, because of how much he truly did love Andy. But in the film, there is a scene where he is just having this quiet time where you can see him reflecting on what he's going to do next. And that is what Spirit is calling you to do as well, to meditate and contemplate. Because right after he did that, he got himself snazzed up and he went to the prom, and he accepted that Andy was in love with Blaine. And right after that, he met another girl at the dance that was interested in him, and he finally allowed himself to stop putting his life on hold for someone else. So, Spirit is saying life is too short to wait. Take action now. Don't wait for other people, and don't wait for things to come to you. Go after what you want, because you have something very special and unique to share with the world. There's just a need for a more practical plan. There's a need not to be scared of failure. There's a need to understand that failure is what helps you grow and evolve, and is just lessons that you learn as you keep moving forward with what it is you are working on. And your last messages are Eight of Wands, the Temple Path, believe in the impossible, and positive energy. So with the Eight of Wands, this card is all about rapid forward movement. So I definitely see you taking action towards what it is that you want. But with the Temple Path here, Spirit is showing me that you are questioning if you are going in the right direction, and Spirit is saying yes. This card is all about going the path that is meant for you. It's just that there might be some karmic cycles coming up right now that are teaching you valuable lessons, and that's why you're experiencing all these delays. But as you move through those and learn the lessons, you are still on the right path. And that with the Eight of Wands here, there is rapid forward progress taking place. So continue to believe in the impossible, dream big, go bold, take action now, because as you do that, you are cultivating a lot of positive energy for yourself. And they are showing me the scene at the end of Pretty in Pink where Andy has come against all of these hardships. She's dealt with these people bullying her. She dealt with Blaine rejecting her. She dealt with her father lying to her about not having a job. She was battling her own inner demons and her own self-worth. But at the very end of the film, she's contemplating whether or not she wants to go to the prom. And she had created this really beautiful outfit for herself because she's so talented. And she decides to take the positive route and take a chance on herself, despite what all these other people were saying about her. And her dad's like, "Are you sure you want to go to the prom?" And she's like, "Yeah, I want to let them know they didn't break me." And they didn't. She goes to the prom, and she looks truly amazing, truly beautiful, and it's just in that moment you can see her radiating the confidence that she was struggling having the entire film. Is this beautiful moment where she's just radiating, and she has this amazing parking lot kiss with her love interest Blaine because he realized the error of his ways. She forgave him, and it was a really beautiful moment. Everybody ended up happy in the end. And I see that for you as well. I see a happy ending for you too. There is just some obstacles to keep moving forward, just like Andy did in the film, and to understand that these people who have been putting you down or belittling what you're doing, that they cannot break you. Thank you, group number 3. Those are your messages. If it resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, group number 4, welcome to your reading. The John Hughes film that contains a channeled message for you is the 1984 movie 16 Candles, starring Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall. This film is all about a young girl who is turning 16, but her entire family forgot her birthday. And she's also dealing with the struggles of high school as well, and also wanting the most popular guy in school to be able to take notice of her. So let's jump into your cards and see what your messages are. I have your pile right here. We have 2 of Cups, Healer of the Ages in reverse, Expect powerful change, and the grass is greener where you water it. Okay, so with the 2 of Cups and Healer of the Ages in reverse, I feel like there is some relationships in your life that needed tended to and healed. Because with the grass is greener where you water it, this is all about nurturing energy, and it's what you tend to continues to grow. So if there are relationships that are being neglected, then those relationships are bound to fail. But if you continue to water those relationships and nurture them, then something beautiful continues to grow from that because they're being tended to. Spirit is showing me the very beginning scene in 16 Candles where Samantha comes into the knowledge that everyone in her family has forgotten her birthday and how hurt she was, how neglected she felt. And Spirit is showing me there is something similar going on in your life right now where you may be feeling forgotten or neglected by people in your life, or there are people in your family or life who feel neglected and forgotten by you. And Spirit just really wants to emphasize that by tending to relationships is the key in nurturing them, because relationships do take work, and we do need to communicate with those that we love that we are there for them, that we have not forgotten them, and that we love them. And Spirit is showing me that you can expect powerful change when it comes to this. There's a very powerful healing that is going to occur, and that your relationships are being healed, and that no one, not you or your family, will feel neglected or rejected. But it does stem with putting in the work to continue to nurture those relationships and to take action to heal those. If you do that, that is where you can expect the very powerful change to come in your relationships. Next, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Anxiety in reverse. A new romantic cycle begins. And when nothing goes right, go left. Okay, so yeah, there is a certain romantic relationship that has been causing you anxiety and stress. But with the anxiety card in reverse here, I can see that you are coming out of that and that a new romantic cycle is beginning. But with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here, this is all about an energy of being with someone who isn't exactly with you for the right reasons. Someone who is only with you because of your status or what you are able to do for them. And they are showing me the scene in 16 Candles with Jake and his girlfriend Carolyn, and how she was acting towards him when he seemed distant at the dance. They were dancing and she goes, "Hey, where are you at? Like, you haven't been yourself all night." And he goes, "I'm fine." Like, even though his mind is like wandering somewhere else. And she's like, just remember, I can name 20 guys who would kill to love me. So it wasn't just really about him. She didn't really care how he was feeling in that moment. It was all about her. And he was coming into that realization, and I feel like this is something similar you are going through. I feel like this is something similar you are going through as well right now, where you're starting to see these traits in someone that you are in a relationship with, and that is what has been causing the anxiety. But Spirit is saying that because you are recognizing this, a new romantic cycle is beginning. And just like Jake had to make that difficult decision in the film, he let go of Carolyn and he went his own path. He did what made him happy. And that's why Spirit is saying when nothing goes right, go left. Basically, Jake recognized Carolyn for who she really was, and he walked away from that relationship and he moved in another direction toward Samantha, who he was being called to go towards. And that was a new romantic cycle that began. So I feel like this is something similar that is happening in your life as well. And Spirit wants you to know that when nothing goes right in a relationship, it is okay to go left and to walk away from what no longer serves you. Next, we have the Five of Swords. Yin and Yang in reverse. Be bold and make the first move. And keep it real. Okay, so with the Five of Swords here, there is a conflict, probably in terms of some type of a relationship in your life, because that seems to be the theme here, a relationship that is causing you some grief right now. And I can feel that you want to take matters into your own hands, and Spirit is saying, yeah, be bold and make the first move, and to be honest and keep it real as you do that. And with the yin and yang in reverse here, that the energy that you are exuding from within will reflect out here. So definitely be bold and make the first move and to reconcile whatever this conflict is. And they're showing me Farmer Ted, played by Anthony Michael Hall in 16 Candles, and the scene where he is approaching Samantha on the bus, he had no problem being bold and making the first move. And he was one of the nerdier guys, but he still had all of this, you know, energy and boldness in him. They're saying that you have that same type of energy within you to reconcile any situation in your life. And they're specifically showing me the scene at the dance where he embarrassed her and he's like dancing in front of her and she runs off crying. Well, he was bold. He made the first move. He followed her and he apologized for embarrassing her. So he reconciled that conflict with her. And in that moment, he allowed himself to be really true and authentic with her. So when you are taking care of this situation, whatever it is, as long as you stay true and authentic and honest and speak from your heart, everything is going to be okay. But that by being bold and making the first move, you'll also prove to yourself how strong you are as well. And this conflict will this conflict will resolve itself as you take action to resolve it as well. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, broken heart, a new start is coming, and do what you love. So yeah, Spirit is showing me definitely a broken heart taking place here. And with the Four of Pentacles, that you are in the process of healing this right now, and that this also involves past insecurities as well too. And Spirit is showing me the scene in 16 Candles where Samantha is lying on the couch in her family's living room because she's sleeping there because it's the weekend of her sister's wedding and all the grandparents are staying in all of their rooms, so she had no place to sleep. So she's out there sleeping on the couch, and her dad comes out to get a glass of water, a glass of milk or something, and he stops to talk to her, and he apologizes to her that they forgot her birthday, and she forgives him. But then she opens up to her dad about the boy problems that she's been having, and you see her really vulnerable. She breaks down crying, and she's like, Jake doesn't like me, and I don't know why. I wish that he did. Like, you could see her broken heart because she wants Jake to see her for who she truly is, but what she doesn't realize is that he actually is interested in her, but it's just something that she's not seeing. And she doesn't realize that a new start is coming. This is the same case for you. There is a new start here arising out of this tremendous healing that you are doing of your broken heart. And Spirit is saying that in the meantime, to do things that you love. Do what you love. Take this time to focus on you, because that's what's important right now. For you to heal from the past, heal your broken heart, and allow yourself the time necessary to do so. But in the meantime, to also allow yourself to enjoy the things that you love. So, is there a creative passion that maybe in the past you stopped doing? This would be a great time to take that back up. You could write a book, you could sing, you can act, you can get involved with like-minded group of people in whatever area it is that you enjoy. Maybe that's to talk about books or music, whatever it is, do something that you love, because that's going to help you feel those feel-good emotions, and that's going to assist in your healing even quicker. And just like Samantha, she had a new start that came at the end of the film when Jake came to her house wanting to see her, realized that she was actually at the wedding, and he actually drove to the church to pick her up from there. And the film ends with them having a new, beautiful start to a relationship. Your last messages are the Seven of Swords in reverse, door to value, emotions are running high, and you are awesome. Okay, so yeah, this past relationship, I feel like whoever this person is, they were very deceptive and dishonest. And with the emotions running high here, this feels like they said a lot of things to put you down. But Spirit is saying that those are lies and that you are actually more awesome than you give yourself credit for. So start speaking empowering words to yourself. Because in the film, Samantha, she felt the most neglected and forgotten that she had ever felt in her life. You see her crying multiple times throughout the film. Her emotions were really running high. She wanted this guy at school to like her. It was just the ultimate angst of being 16 years old. But those same emotions happen to us no matter what age we are at. That is what is so inspiring about being a human being, that our emotions take place throughout many different scenarios in our life, and that it is important to feel them, but at the same time, it's important not to allow them to control us. Because in the film, Samantha's emotions got in the way of her truly seeing the truth. She didn't see that Jake actually was interested in her until the very end of the film. And she just kept getting it in her head that he would never like me, and that was not true. So Spirit is saying don't allow your emotions to control you, and allow yourself to see the bigger picture and to broaden your perspective, because the door to value is opening to you. You are valuable, you are worthy, whole, and complete already, and you are truly awesome. So do not forget that. Thank you, group number 4. Those are your messages. If it resonated, if you enjoyed the reading, please be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and I will see you on the next one.